In this video, I'm going to be teaching you everything you need to know about actually raising your vibrational frequency almost instantly and staying there and living from this space rather than achieve it and lose it, achieve it and lose it. And a lot of the material that is out there that is teaching you how to raise your vibrational frequencies are kind of like gimmicks or temporary solutions, or sometimes they take hours to complete and you don't have the luxury to have hours to complete a vibrational raising frequency. So if you want to know the actual truth about raising your frequency, keep watching. Hello Starseeds, welcome to Starseed Energetics. My name is Ashtara, mission to bring you some of the highest frequency content, and today I'm going to be teaching you the truth around raising your vibrational frequency. I'm sure you can type this in the YouTube search bar and get thousands and thousands of videos on 10 steps to raise your vibrational frequency, 3 things to do to raise your vibrational frequency, but a lot of those are just temporary solutions, and sometimes what they are teaching is going to take you an hour to complete, or 30 minutes, or even 10 minutes. But if you are going about your day, and if you're a vibrational being moving throughout the day and through different situations and different environments, how do you have 10 minutes to sit there and do breath work? How do you have 30 minutes to meditate? A lot of the steps that people teach, I agree, are good ways to sustain high vibrations and good ways to catalyze and amplify high vibrations, but it's not how you get from a low vibration to a high vibration. If you're in a very low vibration, say that you're depressed, you're not even going to be in the frequency to do a proper meditation or even get into a breathwork or visualize. Of course, it works almost every time to be around a lot of nature and to be around pristine environments. But sometimes you don't have that luxury. Sometimes you're in the subway. Sometimes you're in the middle of a city. And yes, it helps to go to an ocean or a jungle or trees and a park. But sometimes you simply don't have that luxury of being in that environment. So what do you do on a daily basis? Wherever you are, you should be able to master your vibration regardless of where you are. If you're in a city subway, how do you have 10 minutes to do breathwork and meditation? Yes, it does definitely help to do exercises and move your body and dance and move energy physically, but sometimes you don't have that luxury when you are on the go and you're interacting with people and you're in a certain setting. So here's the truth around raising your vibrational frequency. The steps that you take, like doing the breath work, doing the meditation, having positive thoughts, or resonating, being able to truly resonate with positive affirmation. So it's not enough to just say positive affirmations, but you have to actually resonate in that frequency. Those steps that you take to heighten your vibrational frequency is not the cause of your frequency raising, but it's actually an outcome. Your subtle energetic frequencies are so much more far advanced and timeless than the physical actions that you take. Almost always, everything that you experience on the human subjective plane is an outcome of a vibrational flow that you're already on. So if you find yourself waking up and moving, waking up and exercising, waking up and doing breath work, that's not the reason why your vibrational frequencies are rising, but it's an outcome of your vibrational frequencies rising on a subtle level. You've already made a decision to heighten your frequency. You've already cultivated that deep, pure desire to raise your vibrational frequency. You've already done the work internally and on a subtle level to harness, to start resonating in a higher octave. And as a result, you'll find yourself being drawn to do these things that actually help you cultivate it and help you amplify it. But the core of the reason why you have a high frequency came from way deeper than that. It came from much, much, much higher levels than you simply taking the action. I'm not discounting the action. The action truly helps and it does sustain it, and that's why you are drawn to do it when you have actually raised the frequencies. But I can almost guarantee you anything, you've raised the frequencies much before you decided to take those actions. When you ebb in and out of high vibratory states and lower vibratory states, it is a reflection of the ebb and flow that you had internally, and it's manifesting on a more physical plane. So actual truth of the matter is you internally literally have a vibrational frequency switch, or like a knob, or like a mastery system within you, this interface of your vibrational frequency that you can adjust at will. And that is the first awareness and truth you need to know about yourself. It doesn't take you to go and exercise for an hour. That is an outcome of you already switching it up, and you're seeing a delayed effect of how you got there. Literally always, whatever actions that you decide to take to get you somewhere may feel from an egoic level of the reason how you got there, but it all happened on a timeless level and internally. And you kind of create a scenario in which you can tangibly believe that it actually happened. And these are almost like surface level echoes of what already happened beyond the plane of taking an action. And you're seeing it materialize through this physical plane, but it always came internally. Even when you manifest something, and you feel like, oh, it's because I took these action steps. Oh, it's because I had these affirmations. Oh, it's because I did these visualizations. That's what we think from a linear level. But actually, your manifestation came internally. Something switched, some conviction switched on, and some download of the next octave happened internally. And then when it starts to flow through an external plane, it seems like your human is doing all of these things. You were drawn to take these steps. You were drawn to do these visualizations. But these visualizations arise almost naturally. And these impulses to even get these visualizations done arise naturally as a result of you creating that interface for yourself internally, implementing those pieces of alchemy internally within. And if you didn't have that internally set, you wouldn't even have the willpower to take the actions. So when you are aware of this and you notice the power of your internal state and your internal mastery, it changes the entire game of absolutely everything. And instead of going to the middleman of like struggling through doing what you think you need to do in order to raise your vibrational frequency, you realize that there's a switch that you can just turn on. And how that feels for you on a physical level is it is an instantaneous shift. It's as natural to you as you knowing how to breathe. It's as natural to you as you knowing how to digest your food. And I know that you've already had these moments where you were able to drastically raise your vibration. And you may think and you may attribute that success of raising your vibrational frequencies to certain things that you did. And go ahead and recall those moments where you really successfully raise your vibration. It could easily be that you exercise and then you felt so good about yourself. It could easily be that you meditated for 3 hours straight and you got that vibrational raise. But I'm telling you, before those things happened, you already switched something internally. And as a result, you performed those actions that support that frequency. And so recall, say for example, when you've meditated and attained the highest level of consciousness, just recall those moments in your life in the past. Maybe you did sit for an hour. Maybe you sat for 7 days meditating. And you now have this muscle memory and your neural pathway memory, how that felt for you viscerally as you went from one vibration to the complete next. You may even have like experiences of encountering mystical experiences, like encountering UFOs or seeing angels, or those things really raise your vibrational frequencies. But even those encounters came from an internal vibrational shift from within. So I want you to recall a moment or a few moments where you felt the most drastic vibrational shifts, and recall that muscle memory of going from one density to the next. It could even be when you did plant medicine. Your brain has a memory of how it raised the frequencies. So I want you to sit with these processes that happened and realize right now, notice right now, that those steps that took for you to get that next level of vibration, you already created those within first. And knowing that, you can activate it. That muscle memory comes online. And I know that the energetic pathway is not necessarily a muscle on a physical sense, but it works exactly the same way. If you've raised your vibrational frequency enough times through various modalities, there's a neural pathway memory. There's an energetic pathway memory that is encoded in you. And I want you to activate it. And it's that easy. It just activates. Your vibrational frequency is so much higher right now than before you watch this video, because I walked you through this process. And this is how easy it gets to be. At any moment, you can activate it. And a good way to really invoke that is to recall those muscle memory moments, the energetic pathway remembrances of how it just went from one point to the next. And it is a good way to recall and amplify that. And of course, as a result of you continually raising your vibration instantly, you will begin to take so many physical actions and inspired flow through your physical vessel. You're going to find all the right resources. You're going to do all the right things. You're going to get into all these meditative practices. You're going to do all these physical exercises. You're going to be around all this beautiful nature. But it's all because you continue to activate this within first. And maybe it will be a delayed process. But the thing is, when you do this consciously, when you notice this process consciously, that you're able to master your vibrational frequency instantly at will by simply knowing and remembering this is what you can do. Because most people think it takes such a strenuous process, even like just 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes. It can be instant. And when you remember that, and when you know that, and from that space of knowing you do that, it becomes so much more powerful, and it becomes so viscerally tangible. And at any moment throughout the day, when you feel like you feel tired, or you feel like you get these intrusive thoughts, you feel like you get this intrusive emotional loops, these moments of trauma, these belief systems that are not in alignment, and even those moments where you really need boundaries. You know, we spoke about boundaries in the previous video, and that is why I felt inspired to make today's transmission around raising your vibrational frequency. When you feel like some other people are throwing shade at you, you're getting all these like negative energies being thrown at you, that means that your vibrational frequencies can use a boost. That means that you're not residing in a plane of frequencies where they cannot touch you. And so you know it's time to raise your vibrational frequency, and you just switch it on like that. It just just try it. This is gonna change your life for the rest of your life. You're welcome. Just try it. And you can do this literally 100 times a day, 1,000 times a day, and it will work every time. All right. And that heightened vibration is actually the truth core of who you are, especially as an advanced starseed and extraterrestrial hybrid. That is where you're based out of. Like, you were born like that. And that is actually the most comfortable state that you exist. And you kind of forgot that you're allowed to live like that here. You're allowed to live like that here. And you may have moments when you've activated these states of continually raising your vibration. You literally may have moments, am I allowed to live like this? Is it fine for me to just live in this much of a high frequency all the time? Is there a catch? No, there's no catch. This is how you're supposed to be. This is your nature. So live there and enjoy it. And know that this is how it gets to be. This is how easy it gets to be. With all that being said, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow in your activation, where I'll help you completely heighten that instantaneous vibrational frequency alchemy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.